Hello, friends. This is Professor Googlon. On my channel, you mostly watch videos about the beautiful world around us. But today, it's a little different. What is it about? Keep watching to find out. Whale ancestors. Although the desert may not seem as mysterious as the ocean, they share a surprisingly deep connection. The sandy stretches on Earth haven't always been so devoid of water. The best explanation for this perspective can be found in Egypt's Wadi al-Hitan, translated as the Valley of the Whales. The name directly points to a remarkable discovery one would least expect in the desert. It is there that the remains of ancient whales were found, not just any whales but a special extinct genus that possessed hind limbs. The sand holds evidence that mammals could have evolved as terrestrial creatures before transitioning into the familiar oceanic species we know today. Fossils provide a more complete picture of the evolutionary process. However, instead of providing answers, they seem to raise even more questions. Biologists agree that modern whales most likely descended from these hybrid walking creatures. Yet, the information is insufficient to precisely determine who or what these ancient whales were. How did they survive? How did they change? What set them apart from modern whales besides their hind limbs? There are many theories, but there is a lack of evidence. It seems we will have to continue digging through the sand to uncover the truth concealed within these ancient remains. Ship in the sand. They say the desert is an ocean of sand, but you still wouldn't expect to find a boat there. This is the Skeleton Coast in Namibia, named after several shipwrecks found near the coast and not far from the Skeleton Coast. However, the ship, Eduard Bolin, is located much farther from the shore than one would anticipate. On September 5, 1909, it was a foggy day, and the cargo ship ran aground. The steamship ended up too close to the sandy shoals and couldn't return to the water. Afterward, the 95-meter-long vessel was used as a hotel and shelter for diamond miners, but that is now a thing of the past. The ship is heavily buried in sand and remains in the same place where it got stuck many years ago. The distance between it and the shore is now over 300 meters. It looks as if sailors once navigated through sands rather than seas. If you are interested in studying shipwrecks, then this vessel is worth visiting. For everyone else, this story serves as a reminder of the importance of navigation and the unexpected nature of the sea. The work of fairies. There is a reason they say it's the work of fairies, specifically Namibian fairies. These circles, which appear too perfect to be a creation of nature, are called fairy circles of Namibia. They can only be found in the Namib Desert in southwestern Africa. However, in 2014, similar circles were discovered in Western Australia. Science may not agree, but one can say that the fairies have gone on vacation. What we do know for sure about these circles is that the grass forms their boundaries, which for some reason never grows in the center. It's easy to believe in the existence of fairies because the solution has not yet been found. The theories about termites and nutrient deficiency in the soil have been debunked. Occasionally, grass would sprout inside the circle, but it would quickly die, leading to the reformation of the circle. International groups of researchers spent over 2 years trying to track rain in the desert, taking soil samples and carefully studying the ground, but without new evidence, only one theory continues to surface: it must be fairies. Guide to the country. When you're looking for a sign, it's hard to imagine anything more obvious than an arrow. Is it a sign from above, or just someone's joke? 2 internet investigators decided to find out. It turned out to be neither. Brian and Charlotte Smith came across an email about massive concrete arrows pointing the way across the United States. They took it upon themselves to uncover the truth behind this story. The Smiths learned that the arrows were installed by the government and were intended to guide airmail pilots in the 1920s, as they often got lost in the monotonous rural landscape. The arrows, approximately 20 meters long, were placed every few kilometers throughout the country. The project was successful, cutting the airmail travel time from New York to San Francisco in half. By that time, navigation systems became more commonly used in aviation. The arrows became obsolete, their yellow paint faded, and subsequent generations were left with a bunch of mysterious concrete markers leading nowhere. The Smiths traveled across the country to document these arrow markers, even using a drone to recreate the views once seen by pilots delivering mail halfway across the country. In doing so, they shared with the world the mystery behind these markers and their purpose. The most valuable ghost town. Namibia has a rich history not only because of the Skeleton Coast but also because of the ghost town of Kolmanskop. Like most ghost towns, this city grew rapidly. It was home to a railway station and served as a stop along the railway line that transported goods and passengers through the harsh and unforgiving desert. However, in 1908, a railway worker stumbled upon a diamond in the sand, sparking a diamond rush. This led to the thriving city with settlers, shops, and numerous diamond mining equipment. The first tram in Africa ran here, and the first X-ray machine in the southern hemisphere was installed, not for medical use but to track smugglers attempting to escape with pockets full of diamonds. Freshwater was delivered via the railways, which was enough to create an oasis with well-maintained lawns, gardens, and even a few children's pools. It's nothing like the dunes that have now engulfed the city. For a brief period, Kolmanskop had the highest average income per capita. The city had a population of 1,300 people and approximately 5 million carats of diamonds were extracted. However, the happiness didn't last long, as the Second World War followed shortly after the end of the First World War. Diamond reserves depleted, and new deposits were discovered elsewhere. The residents moved on in pursuit of wealth. Today, the city can be visited as a reminder that nature ultimately reclaims its own. The partially buried homes still look impressive. Lake of Love in the desert, Love Lake. Deserts are often considered unsuitable for leisure. However, even in deserts, there are places perfect for tourism, such as Al Qudra Lake in Dubai. It is an oasis in the desert that allows visitors to escape the noise and bustle of the city and enjoy a peaceful setting with heart-shaped lakes. It is undoubtedly designed for couples seeking romance. The lake is an artificially created intertwining of two hearts, built to provide vibrant experiences for tourists seeking relaxation. It is a truly unique demonstration of how humans can bring something new to ordinary phenomena. The surrounding area of Al Marmoum Desert Reserve has been left completely untouched, and the Lake of Love is undoubtedly the highlight of this place. The atmosphere of love begins right at the entrance, with gates adorned with carved wooden hearts. Flowers and shrubs shaped like hearts surround you, and then the lake comes into view. From a bird's eye view, you can see that the trees below form the word, love. If romance is not on your mind, this place is also perfect for barbecues. It is a destination where everyone can find something they enjoy. Endless, desert breath. The desert is an immense open space. For some artists, it may appear as an infinite blank canvas awaiting the touch of a master. A group of artists consisting of sculptor Danae Stratou, industrial designer Alexandra Stratou, and architect Stella Constantinidis took up the challenge. When viewing this creation in the Egyptian desert from the ground, it seems as if a sandstorm has scattered the cones in a whimsical pattern, creating pits. However, from a bird's eye view, you can see the entire artwork, an expansive spiral structure known as desert breath. It covers an area of approximately 100,000 square meters or around 10 hectares, stretching towards the Red Sea. At the very center of the spiral is a deep water pool, resembling an oasis in the middle of a dartboard. The entire project was designed with the intention of gradually decaying over time, which is happening. The structure consists of 178 cones, with the tallest cone measuring 3.75 meters. The cones gradually decrease in size as they approach the center, and from the center, a second spiral emerges, formed by increasingly larger cones, creating the impression of an infinite spiral. The pool in the center is also cone-shaped, symbolizing birth and rebirth, generation and regeneration. The entire structure represents a monumental work of art. Friends, don't hesitate to write comments under the video about what else you would like to learn. I will definitely fulfill your wish. Bye for now.